there they go.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Great. How are you doing?
Good to see y'all. Y'all looking fantastic per usual.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in my guest today, WearTo. Got Miss Ashleigh Burden, Miss Quen Carter in the building. I'm happy and appreciative to be talking to them today, letting y'all learn more about what it is that they do together, learn about them as individuals as well. They're super dope. The stuff that they have going on is dope. And I hope that you can get that and get some gems from this conversation as well. So just to give y'all a little bit of background before I let them go ahead and tell their story. I used to work with Quen and Ashleigh at my old job, and we were one of very few Black people on our floor and in the company as a whole. So it was always cool to have people that was around my age and then also that looked like me to be able to talk to and hang out with. And always got good energy, always got great vibes, always got great stories. So without further ado, I'm going to let WearTo tell y'all about themselves. So Ashleigh and Quen, let the people know about y'all.
Thank you. So, yep, as Denzell said, first of all, thank you, Denzell, for having us, because this is really dope that you invited us to come on, and it worked out perfectly that this is our anniversary weekend. So
Yes.
Opportunity. But yeah, I'm Ashleigh. So I'm 31, live in Metro Detroit, born and raised in Detroit, and in and around Detroit, I should say. And so WearTo is really me and Quen's baby. I mean, this weekend makes the year that we launched the business. We'll probably get into it a little bit more later, but it's an online women's clothing boutique. We've kind of expanded a little bit lately into some other things as well, but it's really targeted for the modern go-getter. So the woman who kind of wears many hats, needs to look fly while doing it. So that's our bucket.
Right. And I'm the other half of WearTo, Quen Carter. By trade, I'm a software engineer, tapping into product photography, and I am a co-founder with Ashleigh. So we'll get more into WearTo, but as we already stated, this is our anniversary weekend. We turn 1 this weekend, so I'm really excited. It's been such a fun journey. I'm not new to being a business owner, but what is new to me is having a partner for this ride. So I'm excited. Let's get into it. Ask us some questions, Denzell.
Absolutely. And then first and foremost, I don't see enough congratulations for my guests in the chat. So definitely put some fire emojis in there, put some clapping emojis, however you want to express your congratulations, definitely put it in there. Shout out to the 1-year anniversary. That's huge. And I definitely, been following this from afar and happy that, any way that y'all progressing is always great to see, as always. So first thing I want to ask is, granted, tell us more about WearTo, and then how did you two put your minds together to come up with WearTo?
Well, I could probably start with this one. So, like I said before, I'm not new to being a business owner. Previously, I had a T-shirt company. Denzell, you were one of my favorite customers. But it had gotten to a point where I had wanted to do something new. Actually, using my business license, my EIN number, I was purchasing clothes on the side and kind of half doing it. Like, okay, trying to resell it maybe on like Poshmark or something like that. But I wasn't fully vested into it. I had to just make up my mind. I'm going to keep on doing the T-shirts or go off with this new venture. But one of the things that I realized is it's really hard work just doing everything by yourself. Sometimes you just want to pick your partner's brain or have someone you can bounce ideas off of, really make something solid. So I asked a group of friends, like, hey, anybody interested in, buying some clothes and reselling it? So I really didn't even have like a solid business idea. I just wanted to buy some clothes and let's resell it. So, I think the group kind of thought about it, and then here comes Ashleigh straight from Colombia. Like, I thought about it, and yeah, she has the fashion. She'll talk to you more about it, but she has the fashion background, went to school for it, actually worked in retail. So us coming together was like a beautiful marriage. So I was happy that she remembered that I even asked and was like, okay, let's do it. So as soon as she was on board, we got started making the things legal and, you know, filling out the paperwork and everything like that, and just thinking of our business idea. Who do we want to target? Like we said before, we're all about the modern go-getter who are multifaceted like ourselves. So once we got that concept down, it was just like smooth sailing ever since.
Yeah. Yep, and I would just, it was funny because, yeah, on the opposite side of it, when Quen sent out the text about, you know, any friends interested in starting a boutique, and it was like, man, I have literally always thought about doing that, but just never kind of had that push kind of that I needed, or even that confidence in myself to go ahead and do it. And so I think that was the push that I needed. And so it was kind of funny because, yeah, literally, I was on vacation, came back, you know, talked it over with my husband, came back, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. So that was what, February, March of last year?
Whenever you came back.
Yeah. So, you know, started talking about it, and it was exciting because, you know, Quen definitely has that technical brain and already had a business, so it was a lot that she was able to help, you know, me kind of understand as far as what we would need to have in place to get started. And then from there, you know, we just put our heads together, me, you know, already having, like, you know, the fashion and styling sense and really understanding, like, what it would take to, you know, make a boutique marketable was really exciting to pull that together. So, yeah, it was, you know, it feels weird to think about that a year and a half ago, really, when we started talking about it. So, yeah.
That's dope. That's dope for sure. And both of you talked about kind of how, so Quen, you said you were into fashion. Actually, like you kind of like practice fashion as a profession for a while. How, like, have both of you always been that way? Or were you just really just been into fashionable things? Or was there something that kind of like got you into fashion and wanting to be a part of that business?
Yeah, it's funny. I feel like I've always liked fashion. My mom will literally tell people, like, yeah, she was shopping since she was a baby. Like, she would be in the store, like, in her stroller, like, you know, touching clothes and stuff. So I've always loved, like, fashion and style. But I definitely, like, when I went to college, I studied, you know, fashion merchandising. And so even from learning, like, clothing construction, like, what quality clothing looks like, feels like, that was very interesting to me because that was a world I wasn't, you know, that familiar with, the technical piece of it. And then learning the business side of fashion really helped because it's like, you know, of course, you can have a great idea, but then, you know, starting to make money or learning how to make money off of it is where, you know, you have to have that business sense. And so, yeah, I feel like it kind of, you know, started very young and then developed once I was in college and just took off from there.
Absolutely. What about you, Quen?
With me, you all know I'm random. So I literally didn't have clothes to wear. So I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I have this, I found out like you can, as long as you got an EIN, you can do a lot of things with EIN. So, so I was, you know, buying stuff from different vendors. So for me, it was like, I feel like I'm, maybe a poster child for our ideal client. I'm one of these people, I'm like, okay, I have all these things going on and I'm always finding myself like I don't know what to wear. So if you think about like Ashleigh's expertise and then me being kind of like our target audience, like, okay, I like to look nice, you know, whether I'm going out with my girls, whether I'm going out, you know, with my husband or, you know, on Sunday, I like to look the part, but guess what? I don't know what to wear. So I just got in it to like, okay, I wanted to buy clothes at wholesale. And then I'm sitting on all these different sizes and I wanted to resell that. And I already had a love for entrepreneurship. So I think I kind of found my way like through the back door into this industry. So that's
Got you. And then with WearTo, are you all like do you have like your own line or is it all resale, or kind of help me better understand what it like, you know, the products that you all have?
Yeah, so right now, yeah, we're buying everything wholesale. We're not manufacturing anything. That is the ideal kind of next phase of WearTo for sure. And designing and everything. But yeah, it would be, and I definitely would like to. I think it was funny when we first started out, you know, for sure this was our model, you know, to buy wholesale, resale. But then when it came to manufacturing, now of course with COVID, there's just, as I've been like even still looking into that industry, the supply chain is just so disrupted with everything that's going on. So right now it doesn't feel like the right time, but for sure that's, you know, in the works. But yeah, for right now, but we're still very conscious of, you know, where we source things from. Most of our vendors are out of LA, so it's, you know, local American made if we, you know, if we can find. And then, you know, we vet them out. We went to Magic back in February, which is a big, like the biggest apparel trade show, to really meet like some good vendors and find quality pieces.
Nice. And I'm going to pause for a question from the comments. Somebody wanted to know, given the fact that you all are in the fashion industry with your business, um, how do you make yourself different from the competition? Like, how do you deal with all of that competition that's around you with what you all do?
You know what? I feel like we tried to tackle that question early on. If you think about the industry, it's a boutique here, it's a boutique here, it's a boutique there. So for us, what we had to do, we had to take a step back. We had to figure out, like, who is our target audience? What problem are we trying to solve? And as I said before, like, I was kind of like the poster child. Like, I have all these different events that I need to go to within a given week. And my problem is that I look at my closet, I have a lot of things in there, but what am I going to wear for this occasion? So what we did, we carefully curate all our collections with that type of woman in mind. So whether she's going to a date night, you're going to look on our website, you're going to see where to date night. If you're going to, before COVID, if you're going to a networking event, you're going to look at where to network. And so, and the list goes on. So it was kind of, we took the pain point out of trying to figure out what to wear. So we hope, with the intention of kind of distinguishing us from other boutiques, we really thought that we nailed down our collections, and we continue to do so. As you see now, you know, with COVID-19, we constantly have to think, like, what are our ladies wearing? What do they care about right now? And so that kind of, you know, shameless plug right there. so with that, I mean, we are boutique, we can have fun with it. So what do our ladies want right now? Right now, we're going through heck, you know? So right now, it's nice to step back, self-care. So we'll probably talk about it a little bit later, but we introduced a self-care package. So, you know, limited time only, but so right now we're just thinking for the moms, for the boss ladies, for the creative queens, what can we do to help them unwind right now?
Nice, nice. And that's definitely something that's more than needed right now. I think that just like even with me starting a new job, one of the big things that they talk about is just self-care. And like, you know, during this pandemic and everything that's going on, it's super important. And then like, you know, given this time as well, where a lot of people can go out and like dress up and, you know, that might help like boost your confidence through the roof. You can't really do that. Like, you know, you kind of in the house, you might be wearing the same sweats every day. I hope that y'all not, if y'all watching and
Right.
and that's what y'all going through.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Right, exactly. I need to mind my business for sure. But so given the things that you are doing, you know, you both decide to come together and pursue your passions. What is the best part about what you all do, or like what's your favorite part of the process that you all go through? Because you're operating and running a business, so like what do you really enjoy about your process?
For me, I enjoy two main things. Number one, working with a good friend. I mean, that's invaluable. You know, obviously, when you venture into something with a friend, you're always like, okay, how's this going to go? But we've really, you know, fed off each other's strengths and everything. So that's been exciting. And then I would say just seeing like an idea grow into an actual business is really exciting. And then seeing our customers, when people send us pictures like, oh, I wear this to this and this and that. Like, that's so exciting to me, because that's literally what we intended for it to be helping women figure out what to wear. And so when they wear something, they feel good, they look good, you know, it's really exciting to me. So I would say that's probably the best part.
Yeah, and for me, it kind of just goes back a little bit to that question that we addressed earlier, like solving a problem. Like, I mean, it's not all about me, but like, like, okay, so it's just nice to see that, you know, first of all, solving that problem, and just like, I mean, one of the exciting things for me has just been the outpour of love that we've been receiving over the year. I mean, if I could just think about to our first pop-up, we launched, you know, Black Friday weekend, and we did a small Saturday pop-up, and it's just like, we think about it, we only did 2 pop-ups so far, But like each time, I mean, our community, our girls, our family, our friends, they really just showed up, showed out. I mean, it felt like we were having, we got paid to have fun.
Yeah.
So it's different from your regular 9 to 5. You know, you kind of, you just, you know, go home, go to work, get your paycheck. But to have those type of experiences, you know, it's just amazing and mind blowing, and kind of like picking it back off. But Ashley said, just working with a friend and just seeing like our creative processes. So just really just, it's so funny. We'll have like a little notepad or Google Notes, and we'll have like one idea and it expands to being something else. And it's just really cool just to see, like, I have a huge imagination, so I love when I have an idea and to be able to see it come to life. So I mean, you're a business owner, so it's just like the sky is the limit, really. So that's really the most exciting part about being a business owner.
Absolutely. And aside from working with each other, like, who has been a really big help to you all along this journey and maintaining the business and starting it and all of that good stuff? Who has been really helpful to you all?
Yeah, it's funny. When I thought about that question, I'm like, so many people, but I mean, first I would have to say, I mean, my husband, he actually just left, but my husband, he has really like showed up for me. Like, there's been like, he came to one of the pop-ups, he was steaming garments for us, and just, you know, just really being supportive. And I love it because it's like, you know, you always want to have somebody close to you in your corner, and so he's really been a big help to me. And then professionally, I mean, Quen has introduced me to a lot of people even before we started the business. There was a lot of people that she was connected with. I'll let her talk about. But just so many, like, business owners, even people outside of the fashion industry that we've met with. We had a great trademark attorney, Kiana McGee. She was awesome to work with. Some other just, you know, entrepreneurs that I've seen over the years. Mia Ray is one that's, like, huge in Detroit. A lot of people know who Mia Ray is, but just seeing her journey over the years has been inspiring. And then I'm trying to think of who else that has somebody else. Oh, Kelly from Boss Lady Referrals. So yeah, Kelly Hartman. Nice. She's again, and her thing is like bringing women together from so many different industries. Like, we went to one networking event, you know, before COVID, and it was at a real estate agency. But this woman that owns this real estate agency, I mean, she was just such a boss, and like now I follow her, and it's like she's such a boss. She is like, she's so dope. And so it's like she owns Dobie Real Estate though, so that's a plug for her, Dobie Real Estate in Birmingham. But anyway, so yeah, it's just been exciting to work with so many different, you know, and meet so many different female entrepreneurs that even outside of our industry have been really doing their thing.
And I know I have a few watching, so all the female entrepreneurs, or if you know a female entrepreneur, definitely drop some hearts or something in the chat for sure. Shout out to y'all ladies out there doing y'all thing. I know it's a few watching, so shout out to y'all as well. And then Quen, who do you feel like has been really helpful to you all in your journey?
Yeah, for me, for number one, just thinking about like my husband. Like last night, he was literally helping me create content. You know, had the ring light, and eventually y'all see the photos. But yeah, he's just, you know, he's very techie as well, so he always have advice in that regard. And you know, my number one support, you know, just bouncing ideas. He's like a built-in partner. You know, like, so I have him. I have, you know, Ashley, as far as like that built-in support, so he's great, you know, also at the trade shows or the pop-ups and that type of thing like that, helping out. Like, what do we have him do? Run out? We need like a sewing needle or something. We sent him on whatever. You're like, hey, can you help us out here? So he's always, you know, there to help us out. But as far as mentors, I've had the privilege of working with Kiana Bolden, Cooking with Q. She is phenomenal in regards to helping you get funding. You know, like, how do you get funding? So she's really good with that. I've worked with Megan Ward. She's really helpful as far as just showing you how to present yourself. It's not always about your business, but you getting on your A game as far as like your personal branding, and also like Denzell, you and I, we were talking about mentors, like a private conversation, and she helped me with those tips. Like, how do you find a mentor? You know, she helped me to see like you need a board of mentor. You need, you know, not just one, you need 5. Got to make sure they are on board with your values, and how do you source those out, and you know, how do you upgrade from your board of mentors? It's the whole thing. So she definitely helped me out with that. And then with her, just her community alone. So, you know, she has a big, beautiful community. So you will meet other people. Like, you're there for her mentorship, but you will meet other women. We met Jasmine Baldry. She's someone who's phenomenal in the boutique fashion industry. She's really bomb at what she does. So if anybody on here who, you know, have a boutique and want to learn how to step it up, Jasmine Baldry. So it's just like so those are my big mentors. I hope I didn't leave anybody out. Oh, piggyback off what you said. So Kelly Hartman from the Boss Lady Referral, I went to an event, and, you know, she'll call you up and ask you, how did you like the event and everything like that. And we had a conversation. I told her about, like, where I am, and she was saying, oh, I have a resource for you. You know, call this person up and see, like, at the time I was doing the t-shirts, and she was saying, well, this person, she had a t-shirt business. She might be a good mentor for you. But at this time, so she connected me with someone named Adam. Her name is Amanda Adamchek. And so she's a boss when it comes to helping you with your product-based business. So she has been, and she's like a marketing guru. She is so bomb. So just, though I know I named a lot of mentors, but so it takes a village. And we're constantly, you know, during our dealings, we probably find even more mentors along the way.
For sure, definitely. And what I really liked about what you all had said is being able to first, you know, have multiple mentors and recognize there's a lot of people that's helping you all in your journey, but then also the different people you come in contact with, just being able to take pieces of what you learn from them and then, you know, effectively apply that to what it is that you have going on. Because the execution part, I mean, I think we all can agree that's the biggest piece. Because, you know, you can get all the self-help books and go to all the seminars and stuff like that, but if you're not doing it at the end of the day, it really don't mean a whole lot. So that's huge that you all are taking that information and then putting it into effect, and then it shows. I've been meaning to tell y'all for the longest, I love y'all brand and I love y'all logo, the stuff that y'all put on socials. Like it's
I was gonna say that's funny. That was the other person I had on my list was our graphic designer.
And why did I just think about somebody else? Like Lauren, so she been on some bomb events in the fashion industry. Let me look up her last name, but
Hicks, I think it is.
Yes.
Yeah, Lauren Hicks is she's dope, and especially in the fashion scene in Detroit. She puts on great events.
She really cares about, you know, putting those like-minded people together in the industry. You know, Detroit is only so big, so she's really good. And like, you may be a designer, you may be a boutique. Like, she wants us all to be together, and so she's bomb. And she, before COVID, it was like what was the name of it? It was like a summit she put together. It was really beautiful. We learned a lot. So if we keep on talking, we're gonna name everybody. But you mentioned our branding. It was so funny that that was not our original.
That was not our original logo.
We tried to go on 99 Design, and at the time we didn't know it's not a face to when you go to 99 Design. I'm pretty sure if we knew exactly what we wanted, we would have had something that came out, you know, like beautiful, like what you see today. But it just so happened, again, my husband John, he hooked us up with someone who worked at his job. We got with her and we told her, you know, we took this questionnaire, and what she saw from our old logo and what we were telling to her, what we were saying to her, it didn't match up. She was like, no. So we went to her for what? Not even for our logo. We went to her for something else.
More of like just to put together a brand kit for us.
Yeah, that's what we wanted.
Yeah, a brand kit. And then when, like Quen was saying, when she saw like what we were talking about, she was like, no, this is not a logo.
She was like, so polite, like, do you mind if I let me redo the logo? She redid our logo. We had a beautiful color. And that was one thing we learned too. Like, it's not just about a logo. Like, you have a logo, but we're going to go from there. Like, it's all about your branding experience. So it's like what mood you're trying to have and your color palette and just your typography, just literally everything. So, for example, you can make some digital assets and I can make some digital assets, but it's going to look like it came from one person. And you only can do that if you have like a legit branding guy. So we got help early on.
Schmidt. Is that what I said?
Yeah, Schmidt.
Schmidt is, she's bomb.
Yeah, she's great.
So if y'all looking for some branding help and y'all listening out there, definitely y'all heard the plug right there.
I don't know if she's taking new clients, but okay.
I see what you did there. You want to keep her to yourself. I got you.
But yeah, she's dope.
That's what's up. So I got a couple more questions for you all before I have a fun part of the live for you. And then also for those listening still on the live, whatever questions that you have for these ladies, definitely put them in the chat, or you can ask questions in it's like a question section somewhere. So definitely send those questions our way as they come to your mind. And I wanted to ask you all, a lot of people kind of have great ideas and want to start a business. What advice would you have for those people who are ready to take that leap and actually get their business going?
Well, something Quen said earlier was really important. Like, first, nailing your why. So, at the end of the day, no matter what you're trying to do with this business, if it's a product-based or service-based business, like, nail your why. Who are you trying to serve? Why are you doing this? Because that's really gonna, shape your business. And then not being afraid to ask for help. You're not the expert at everything. You might have your niche and what you're really strong at, but you're gonna need help from somewhere. So definitely not being afraid to ask for help when you get started, and just having that board of mentors is really, just to me, is huge.
Yeah, and for me, I would say get legal.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're serious about it, put it on paper, make it really legal. You afford so many more opportunities open up when you just on paper, whatever industry you're in, you can talk to this vendor because, you're legalized. And then as far as, so we're talking about people who are all the way in the beginning, I just to echo what she said, your mentors are important, but for me, and I've experienced this, okay, so mentors are great, but do it at a pace that makes sense for you. You can't have 5 mentors at one time and think you're running overwhelmed. And if I experienced that one time, I'm like in 3 different mentorship programs, and I have homework here, nothing ended up being done. So just go at a pace that makes sense for you. Take advice from those mentors and just be pliable, And I will also say, kind of have in your mind already, like, what you envision your business as. Because you're going to have a lot of people from the outside with a lot of advice. Whether they may be business owners or not, or have your best interests or not. Who knows?
You should do this. You should do that.
Yeah. I mean, at this time, who business is it? Right. I mean, they probably mean well. But it's always so nice to have on. And of course, whatever you have on paper, it can blossom to something else down the line. But you have to be true to yourself and figure out, like, and that kind of goes back to what we were saying before, your why. If your why is down on paper, when someone comes to you, like, you should do this, and you're looking at your why, that doesn't align with, what I already said I was going to do. And then also, kind of going back to, I feel like every last one of my mentors have had me in one way or another do some activity where I find out who is my avatar. Avatar is your ideal person. So, like, it can get so detailed where you give her our avatar is bomb. Like, she has a name and everything. Like, so you have to write down, like, okay, what does she look like? Like, literally, what does she look like? What's her name? What's her family like? What does she like? What does she do not like? So once you have your ideal person, and it could be more than one avatar, but once you have that down, it'll be kind of easier not to sway here. Because, I mean, like we said before, we have a business owner, like, the sky is the limit, but you don't want to go be wishy-washy. So if you have your avatar right in front of you, any business choice that you make, it will be for her or for him, So I think, what do they call it? The Bible.
Yeah, like Bible market.
That. So it's important also, I learned that term from a networking event that I went to. So it's always nice to, like, carve out time to learn something new. So early on, pre-COVID, it was great to go to different networking events. And for me, when it comes to mentors, say, for example, I want to get stronger in marketing. So I'm going to try to find someone who's the expert in that. So you can give me some advice in that regard, or personal branding. So it's just basically attracting people who, first of all, align with you and just can be a source of help in an area where you kind of have a void in that area. So
yeah, absolutely.
And also save before you have some type of savings, some type of
get your money right
plan when it comes to, because it's really expensive at the beginning, like the legal fees and everything like that, and just be financially
That's a big one. That's a very big one. So just to big y'all up a little bit, we got some positivity from the chat. So somebody said that they absolutely love y'all set, and they stepped into the chat with 2 fancy queens.
Thank you.
And then somebody said that they love the avatar concept, and that's a really great tip that they can use. So want to big y'all up real quick, let y'all know what's going on in the chat.
Thanks, guys.
All right, so because I always ask this question to every guest, I want people to understand that being a business owner is not always sweet, even though it's glamorized, but it's ups and downs, of course. So I wanted to ask, what has been your best business experience thus far? And then also on the other end, what has been your worst business experience thus far?
I feel like start with the worst, maybe.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Well, I would say, without getting too specific, when it comes to like your essential needs as a business, so marketing, whatever, you're going to outsource certain things. So certain things that we outsource, like we talked about in the beginning, logo, like certain things that you outsource, you don't always nail it the first time, or finding the right person to do that service for your business. So, so without, getting too specific, that was an issue. And then also the other thing I was going to say, was back to mentors, is when I was in a mentorship program, and I quickly found out it just wasn't right for me, because the person, I won't even say the person, but, the person was very knowledgeable, and they, in the business world, like killing it, but were they a good mentor? So that's the other part of mentorship, is like, someone can be an expert in their field, but are they good with, being able to transfer that knowledge and enable another business owner to take those tips and move on. So that was probably, and it wasn't even terrible, but it was just, I would say, the worst experience, I would say.
Yeah, and I just think, drawing from that example, it can be somewhat applied universally. So with your business dealings with anyone, it's kind of important. I mean, not to trivialize it, but you have to date that person. So they can be the best at whatever they do, but they might not be the best for you. So, and you never want to burn a bridge, so they can be the best, I don't know, mentor for this person over here. And you think that's going to translate to what you have going on, but sometimes it's not.
Right.
And like I said before, Detroit's so small. So it's just like, you just have to kind of do your homework before any business dealing. I mean, I know it kind of sounds like common sense, but sometimes you get so excited, like, oh yeah, like they can do this, they have all this going on for whatever in their lane. But at the end of the day, it's like, I think values is very important. Right. Like, if your values don't align with my values, and just, no, it's not going to work out. So date whoever, be really serious about your business dealings. And it's just less stressful that way.
But the best, I would say, we talked about earlier, but our pop-up. I mean, our first pop-up that we did, it was on Small Business Saturdays, and it was funny because we just did it, and we found out about the opportunity. It was at Good Cakes and Bakes on Livernois in Detroit. It's a great venue. We had a good time. We just expected to show up, have a good time. But little did we know we were going to end up on the news. We were in a newspaper, like all of this like press and buzz and stuff. And it was just kind of exciting, because it was like this little old us, we were 1 month in, and we were all on the news and everything.
And I promise I'm going to keep on bringing this up, because we've landed on that opportunity because one of my mentors, one of her mentees, my mentee, she was like, Quen, I have this spot available. I'm like, okay. And it was retreat too. All right. Then working out as well. So, I mean, those unexpected surprises is like the best. Like for example, how did we find? Oh, so we met Alira, one of the companies. Yeah. I'll tell you about them in a minute. But we were at a Posh Summit. It was literally called
Posh and Popular.
Posh and Popular. It was a fun event, and you know, like just as much as we're a business owner, we love other business owners. So we shopping, having fun. And we met a company called Alira Apothecary. And so we follow them on Instagram and all that. And actually around this time they had like a pop-up and we did that. And it was so much fun because it was like we had this, it felt like a real surreal experience because it was like our own retail space. Yeah. So they allow us they won something. What did they win?
I think it was it Hatch Detroit? They won something with the Build Institute.
Oh, yeah.
So this Build Institute, so that's another plug for any entrepreneurs that's listening. Build Institute, and I mean, obviously a lot has changed with COVID, but they have a space actually in Corktown, and I don't know if they're doing it this year, but last year they were actually like leasing it out short term to small businesses. Yeah. So anyway, that was
so we collab with them, and it was so beautiful. It was like, okay, we were able to treat our customers as if they were visiting us at our own storefront. So that was so nice. You know, we greeted our girls with champagne and, you know, it was super luxe. Okay?
Nice.
It was an experience. I never worked in retail before, you know, outside of like vendors and pop-up stuff. So I'm like, oh, okay. I get it. So just for me, it's like the unexpected fun times that we have. You know, it's not always like, you know, grinding, but we can really, it was a great time to enjoy our, you know, WearTo tribe, our WearTo crew. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. So now, if you don't mind, it's time for the fun part. So it's questions that I did not send to y'all. And I finally have a name for it. I'm calling it Freestyle Friday. And these are random questions. You have to answer each and every one. These are the rules. You got to answer each one, and there are no substitutes. So if I give you a this or that, you got to pick one or the other.
Okay. Wait. So how do it work? Like we do it together or separately?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Both of you have to answer each question.
Okay. Ooh, I feel like it's a pop quiz.
All right. There you go. Yeah. You might want a little bit more of that. Okay. While y'all doing that, while y'all pouring up, shout out to the ladies. Drop some emojis, drop some fire emojis. Whatever you're gonna put.
Guys.
Some champagne emojis. We appreciate everybody watching it live.
Okay.
So, all right. So now y'all got your drinks. So we're gonna get right into it. Now, for both of you, which one do you have more of? Shoes or bags?
Ooh. Shoes for me. It's shoes.
Shoes? I was just trying to sell some shoes. I have some shoes for sale if anyone.
I just need to sell some shoes. But yeah, shoes for sure. I've been into bags lately, but I definitely have more shoes.
As of now, I've just been with my little Mia Ray little duffel bag. That's all I Shoes, have more shoes.
Okay, very, very insightful. I think I already know the answer to this one, but I'm asking it anyway. Macy's or JCPenney's? You can only shop at one.
Macy's or JCPenney's?
Yeah.
I would say Macy's.
I'm cheap, y'all. JCPenney got them deals.
They got cute stuff too. Definitely. Yeah. That's good.
I mean,
hey,
I'm not gonna hold y'all up. I think I'm a JCPenney gal.
Okay. Shout out to JCPenney. Sure. I definitely thought both of y'all was gonna say Macy's, but I'm glad I was proven wrong. So you can only wear one color for the rest of your life. What color would it be?
Black with some red lipstick.
You know, it's funny. I was gonna say black, but I have been into like these neutrals lately, so I would even say like a camel. Like I would do camel, like that would be my uniform. You know,
okay.
Like camo, like a No Limit Soldier.
No, like camel, like
I can see that,
like a brown. I'm trying to think of
a camel,
like almost like Earth
nails.
Yeah, like nails.
Okay.
Almost. Yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking you talking about army fatigue. I'm like,
I do think army fatigue. I got a cute workout outfit.
Wait, but I like pink too. So That's a hard question.
It is.
God made all these colors, and you're supposed to just pick one.
Well, I mean, you can't go wrong with black. I would have went with black.
Yeah,
Around
you're right.
black,
I'm
yeah.
still
Yeah.
okay.
That was
All black, red lips, and a sweet pony. Okay.
Yep. Let's see. All right, now I don't want y'all to get into no discrepancies over this. Do not let me cause no separation between the beautiful bond that y'all got going on. But
Listen, we'll find out. You're right. We'll take you outside.
You're right. We know where to find you.
But I want to know, in your opinion, who has the better wardrobe between the both of you?
That's easy.
And I wouldn't even say necessarily better. Lately I've spent time like working on my wardrobe. So like weeding out the, stuff that I done had since I was in middle school and just, finding quality pieces. So yeah.
I was just thinking, I was driving here. First of all, I was trying to figure out what I was going to wear for tonight. And I was like, you know what? I might just ask Ashley, can she come over to my house and just help me with my closet? Like sometimes you just really just like to, it's so hard to throw away or, not throw away or donate. Like, so sometimes you need somebody with a fresh pair of eyes. Like, okay, you wore this. How long ago you had this? This needs to go. But yeah, hands down, I think she has the better wardrobe.
Okay. All right. Shout out to the humility. Shout out to the humility.
Right.
No.
And I was thinking you were going to ask something else, so that's not.
Yeah. All right, so this should be easy for both of y'all. Biggest pet peeve.
We lost you for a second. Say it one more time.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, biggest pet peeve. This should be easy for both of y'all.
Wait, it's no this or that? We just open-ended?
Just, some of them this or that. Some of them open-ended. That's why it's Freestyle Friday.
Biggest pet peeve.
Oh, man, I know I have a long list right now. I know I have a list. Biggest pet peeve.
I'll say for me, one of my biggest ones is when people like talk and talk and talk, and they never stop to like think about like, number one, and is the other person even still listening? And also like, have I stopped to ask them a question? So like that's a pet peeve for me. But I don't know if that's my biggest one, but it's pretty high on the list.
I laugh because it's literally people that we used to work with they're that person. They are that person.
You're not about to get us in. Well, for me,
she's still there.
I will be quiet from now on. I will be quiet from now on. Quen, what's your
That's funny.
Oh man, I feel like I have a long list. There's so many things I don't like. But I guess my pet peeve, I don't know, Mean Girls. You see them as far as like in our industry, like, small business owners, Mean Girls, like, you don't have to be mean and then do empowerment stuff. Like, sometimes you just know a mean girl. Yeah. So that's, if you're going to be mean, own up to it. Yeah. Don't on Saturday say you have this women's empowerment thing, but, I just don't like Mean Girls.
Right. Detroit small, don't say too much.
Yeah. I like Mean Girls. I'm saying you can be mean. Just own up to it. Right.
Yeah, true. Facts.
That's all.
Facts. What's the last movie or TV show that you watched?
Okay, TV shows really easy for me. Like, I am catching up on Girlfriends.
Okay, shout out to Girlfriends.
Oh, movie. Okay, so I love a good whodunit. So the last movie that I watched, it was a Sherlock Holmes movie. Like what's her name? It was the one when he had a sister. It's with Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I can't.
Enola Holmes. I just watched that like day before yesterday. It was really good.
So for me, show-wise, so me and my husband, we've been on this weird, like, Dateline kick lately. I don't know what it's about. And he has me watching, like, Datelines about things that are almost like one was about, he works in banking, and one was about, like, somebody's bank. Somebody took the bank manager, like, hostage and had him robbed her. I was like, what is this? Like, yeah, anyway, so Dateline, and then movies, movie, it's funny. Today I was just had the TV on and I had on Black is King, Beyonce's last visual album. That was really good.
I actually have a Zoom girls' night coming up for a movie. Something Shopaholic or something.
Oh, Confessions of a Shopaholic?
Yeah, I haven't seen that one, but yeah.
Okay.
I'm not really a movie person, but I'm tapping into it COVID style.
Same. I realize I am not big on movies. It's very specific movies that I will watch. But like I'm not going. It's a lot of movies I haven't seen because of that too. But that's another sermon for another service. So where's your favorite place to travel?
You said to travel?
Yep.
Oh, one to
place.
Travel.
Yeah, one place. What's your favorite place to go to travel?
I mean, can we say a continent? Or...
Well, how much traveling you doing, big time?
You know how I used to get down to IHS.
Mine is Mexico. I love Mexico. We've gone so many times, and people always try to knock Mexico like it's not safe, but I've always felt
I always have a ball.
Yeah, so I would say Mexico. I mean, it's not. You can always get cheap flights there, and I've been to Cancun side, Cabo. So Mexico is my spot.
Yeah, for me, I guess it's hard to say like my favorite place to travel because I feel like I haven't relived a vacation spot. It's always like I've been here, but I had all the intentions of going back to Europe. So one of my anniversary trips was Spain, and I feel like it was so much fun. It was like an experience I have never had before. Before I was all about the beach, all about resorts, all about toes and sands, but there it was like, okay, first of all, you can just travel real cheap. Like once you already over there, you can travel. You can be in Paris with this, so it was amazing. So I would say that's probably, if I could, go to Europe, that'd be great. Backpacking Europe. But okay, I would say Europe, definitely. And I'm just thinking about places that I want to go to.
Oh, I was getting we get to that where I want to go.
We just make it
before COVID, I was already playing. I was like, I want to go to South Africa. That was on my list. I want to go to South Africa. So that's a whole. Now you're making me sad, but
my bad. I did.
Vesuvius, and I wanted to see Rome. I want to see the coast and everything like that. Okay. Are you trying to make me sad?
No. I think the next one's gonna pick you up a little bit. So
okay.
What's your favorite? It could be your favorite song, your favorite album, or your favorite artist.
Song, album, or artist.
Oh, that's hard.
That is hard. So growing up, my favorite artist was Mariah Carey. So like throwback, 80s, 90s Mariah Carey.
She got me through all my college homework. I remember listening to music while I'm doing my homework. From Mariah Carey, all my math homework, calculus 2. She was the girl. She's my girl.
Yeah, so you put on some 90s Mariah Carey, but of course now, I know it's cliche, but Queen B, it's rare that she does something that I don't like. I mean, there's been a handful, but Beyonce can get you through a breakup, a makeup, girls' night out, date night. She can just get you through whatever. So this is Beyonce for me.
Okay.
This is terrible because I used to be like the concert queen, always going to these different concerts. I honestly don't think I have a favorite, So can I make my own question? Like my favorite concert?
Quen. Remember, you agreed to the rules before we got into it.
Wait, what'd you say?
So, what's your favorite song, album, or artist?
Oh, you serious about this question?
He wants to answer.
Okay, so favorite
song, artist, or album?
Artist should be the easiest one.
I mean, of course, artist is gonna be Beyonce. What? I really like her. Because I feel like, I know people have, if you either a Beyonce lover or a hater,
yeah.
But if you think about it, we kind of grew up with her. We've been with her since Destiny Child, and we've seen her through marriage and kids and all that stuff like that. She's very talented, and I love to dance, and I love to dance with her. So, she brings it. Yeah. So how could you not? Yeah. So.
Okay, and the last one, I'm gonna put y'all on the spot, so I want to put y'all extra.
Have you already?
No, I'm gonna really put y'all on the spot now because I want to know. I want y'all expertise. Yeah, I want y'all to use your expertise. So let's say you have the task of one of your homegirls come to you. Actually, no, this is somebody you don't know. A young lady comes to you. You don't know her from a can of paint. She's going to a brunch with some friends, and she need a fit to put together. How would you style her?
Let me tell you what I wore to this brunch. Yeah, okay, so it was can I just dress her how I wore how I was
Yeah, go ahead.
dressed?
Yeah.
So it was like this, one of my mentors, she had this brunch. She was speaking at this women empowerment brunch for a company I had wanted to work with. I'm like, oh, I gotta be looking really cute. So I wore, but I wanted to look chic cute, not like, I didn't want to look, I'm walking in somebody's interview, but I didn't want to look like I'm like after 5 either. So what I did was, we have this, this chic t-shirt, button-up dress. So it's all white. It's kind of like your boyfriend's shirt or whatever. So, and then I paired it with, it comes like over your knees, caps or whatever. And then I wore like this little leather vest over it. It's, when I say vest, is that the right word to use to describe it? It was kind of like a vest.
I'm like a sleeveless shirt almost. Like a leather.
That's the word. It was like
shirt.
a sleeveless shirt. You know, and my hair was, and I just got my hair done yesterday, so it was like a little middle part, long hair, doo-wop thing. And then I had like this luxurious coat. It was so cute.
It was cute. I remember that.
It was bad. I was walking down like going to like the Chanel hotel, looking cute, like I belonged. What my shoes like though?
Did you wear boots?
I did, but I should have wore like a pop of red or something like that. That would have been really, really cute. But I wasn't trying to like. We were there for women empowerment, but I felt comfortable. I felt cute. Had a bunch of compliments, and I had, you know, some mimosas. It was a great time. So I really felt like that was a cute outfit for the occasion.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think you. So if you were doing that for like a brunch, like a professional. But then for me, like now, like if I was doing like a brunch with just friends, like but a cute little hot spot, maybe somewhere downtown, I would wear like a cute like sweater set. So like some sweater, like some knit joggers with the matching like sweater and everything, some bomb heels, some heel boots, and then a bad coat. Like you gotta bring it all together. Like it has to be like a casual brunch. Like it's not truly casual, but you still gotta be cute.
Right.
So pictures and whatnot. So.
Oh, then so I saw Kelly rolling on my timeline, right? She was, what is she promoting now? It's like this cute little outfit she had on, and I know it would have been a perfect brunch outfit. So like you said, it was like a cute little sweater. Then she had like some little leather, I love my leather leggings. And she had some shoes that kind of look like these, like these little booty shoes. It was so, I don't think I saw it, but yeah, it was cute. I was scrolling, she was on my timeline. I'm like, it's not a cute brunch outfit. Okay.
So I know we running close to time. I don't know if IG lets you go past the hour or not. I'm just let y'all know in case they cut us off and then everybody who's watching. But I definitely want to keep this going because I have a few more questions for y'all. So in terms of just the whole essence of Black Fridays, why do you all feel like it's important to support Black business?
Yeah, so it's funny. That's such an interesting question because Quen and I, we had this conversation recently how now there's all this buzz around, Black businesses. And it's funny because it's almost like putting you in a bucket or a box, if you will, because when we started out, it was like we're 2 Black women and we decided to start a business. Like we didn't say like, let's start a Black-owned business. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
when I think about like how to support, that's the first thing. So not putting, businesses that are owned by Black people in a bucket and thinking that, that means that there's lesser quality or that means that they have bad customer service or that I should get a discount from them. So really thinking about them, they're a legitimate business. And then on that, another way of supporting is if you do happen to have a bad experience with a Black-owned business, like directing it to them, your issues to them directly instead of blasting them on social media, putting them out there. Direct your concerns to them. Most businesses do have the proper channels, slide in your DMs, whatever it may be, but instead of blasting them. And then finally, of course, your friends and family, share on social media, tell a friend or family, even if you don't buy anything or you're not interested in whatever they're selling, just still, plug them wherever you can when you're in the room. And I think that's a great way to support.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So the question is how to support Black businesses.
Why is it important to support Black business? But, based on, Ashleigh kind of gave us that rundown. If you want to take it from the standpoint of how to support Black businesses, that would be cool to hear also.
Yeah. So I just think some of the reasons, hold
on. Real quick. I'm sorry, Quen. We got a 2-minute time check. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and end this one, and then we're going to come back in and then continue.
Okay. That's fine.
All right. So just come right back in.
Okay.
All right. But no, it's all good. I'm glad that we definitely wanted to, keep the conversation going. So just as the people starting to roll back in, just kind of letting them know where we left off. Talking about you all were telling us about why it's important to support Black business, and then I think Quen was going to get into the ways that you can actually support Black business.
Yeah. So I think I want to kind of take a step back and say, like, why support Black businesses? I mean, when you're in the inside looking out, you kind of see this narrative, like, it's hard to support Black businesses because of their customer service. Like, we kind of bash ourselves, and I haven't seen any other nationality or whatever group of people bash themselves. But unfortunately, I don't know, maybe because we're in the inside, we see what we do to ourselves. So I do kind of see that, like, I try to support Black businesses, but you guys don't know how to act. You guys don't know how to do this. You don't know how to do that. So, and the reason why I say support Black businesses, you can kind of like turn around that narrative a little bit. Like, I mean, businesses as a whole, like, sometimes you're going to have your good days and you're going to have your bad days. So maybe this one consumer met you on your bad day. Like, do you write them off completely? Is that fair? So that's just like something you have to like really ask yourself. Like, do you really give Black businesses the fair chance that you give any other businesses? Like, like level the playing field.
Like we were talking about it earlier. If you go into Target and you get bad customer service, you're not gonna tell me you're not going back to Target. Like, you are going back to Target again. Yeah. So, like, give us the same playing field at least.
So it's just like, it kind of hurts my heart to hear like that harsh talk. Like, I'm never, I can't support this. Just stop it, So for me, like, okay, starting with myself, sometimes I just think about like, okay, am I feeding myself into that narrative? I'm right. And, if I have a bad experience, do I write that person off completely? And Ashleigh and I, we were just talking about this before. So I was getting my hair done, and I was before I was even getting my hair done, it was like this person I was following for a while. She does quality work, and I met her for a consultation, and her personality, I was like, I don't know. I mean, I know I'm, bubbly, like, hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. But she was kind of standoffish, and I'm like, oh, I don't know about this. But I pushed through. So even still, I looked on her reviews, and people kind of said this, echoing my same thoughts. But I'm like, okay, maybe I met her on a bad day. So, her work is undeniable. She does great work. So let me tell you about our visit. When she did my hair, when I say I could talk to her for another hour, we were just talking about our families. We were on my Pinterest board picking out outfits. We were just talking about, you would think I would have known her for like 5 years or something like that. But had I just, that one impression, had I let that just put me in a box and say, you know what, I can rock with her, that would have, I don't know, I'd have been missing out on the good thing, because you know what, my hair was bob. But so my thing is just kind of how to support is just kind of like, just think about the business owner if you were that type. If you were in their shoes, that type of thing. But also being honest.
Be honest, yeah.
Being honest. Yeah. Like, you can't keep giving people 3 or 4 times and they just messing it up. So my thing is just kind of why to support Black businesses, just to combat that negative narrative. And the reason and how it's kind of simple, like shop sale. But not even talking about monetary ways, but like following them, shouting them out, or if they're making legit good content. I do this with other businesses. Like, this looks sweet. Let me just, share it to my Instagram stories and tag them and expose, like, maybe my followers never heard of this company and they want to follow them. And so it's so many ways that you can support Black businesses, just like talking about them in conversation. Yeah. So we can talk about skincare is a few people that we could talk about, or hair care is a few people we can talk about. Yeah. So just talk about them.
Talk about them. Yeah, we have a good experience. And then share resources. That was the other thing I was thinking. I have friends that they don't have businesses, they're not business owners, but if they come across, I saw this funding opportunity or whatever. Oh yeah, just send it, send it to them. And I think that's huge, because it's like sometimes we don't hear about everything that's going on. So for friends to send me something like that in of itself is invaluable.
Like, someone had asked me about manufacturing clothing. No, I don't have any experience, but through these different summits, I met someone who is professional. Like, she's legit, like, top level in that industry. I'm like, well, I can pass on this information to you. Yeah. So, like, sharing knowledge.
Yeah, share knowledge,
Yeah, that's cool, too.
Yeah, no, I appreciate everything that you all said, because it's like, it's definitely spot on. And those little things go so much further than people give credit for. Like, even if it's just a like, a share, a comment, whatever the case may be, like, those things that it doesn't take a ton of effort to give that support, but it means a lot when you do give it. So, it doesn't always have to be, monetary, because everything is not for you. Everybody's not your customer. Right. So, like, for example, like, I'm not a woman, so I wouldn't necessarily be purchasing clothes from y'all, unless but true, I already knew where you was going, because I know you. I know where you was. Right. I know where you was headed. Go ahead.
You have a sister?
I do. Don't she listening? Don't say that, because then now she's gonna be expecting some
you
merch.
Got her self-care package.
Talk about
some stuff.
So actually, to get into that a little bit, what is next for WearTo, and then also let people know about the self-care package, because I know that's fairly new. So definitely, talk about what's next, what's the big picture for you all, and then also tell us about your product.
Yeah, so what's next? I mean, we'll talk about the self-care, but what's next, I would say apparel-wise, or at least, sticking to what we're true to. Obviously, with COVID, the shift between, like, we're not out as many events and things like that now. So we're trying to obviously shift. What is our modern go-getter? Because you can still be a go-getter at home. So what does she want to wear? So, we're working on expanding that thought, and how, what type of things, loungewear, things like that, you might be interested in wearing at home. And so, again, I'm always open-ended. I want suggestions. So if anyone has, like, I want to wear this, I want to wear that, like, put it in the comments or DM us, because
we will read all the comments. Yes.
Yeah, we'll definitely be here for that. And then, the self-care boxes, like Quen was talking about earlier, I mean, one of the biggest things that's come from these past 7 months is, like, no matter if you're a mom, if you're not, whatever your situation is as a woman, like, you have to have time for self-care. So it's been, like, huge. I know me personally, I'm like, some days you just need a minute for yourself. So we really decided, like, let's put together something that can just really help women relax, whether it's with some coffee or some wine or some tea, whatever it might be, drink-wise, things to take care of your skin. So there's some bath and body products in there. What else? Journals, because that's big. Yeah. That's another thing that's funny.
I love to write down my thoughts.
Yes. Writing down your thoughts, especially with everything going on now, like, your mental health is so important. So having somewhere to just kind of write down thoughts. If it's just, when you don't have to do it every day, but when you just, need to get something out on paper. The journal was really nice with some cute pens with inspirational quotes on them. So just a lot to just kind of focus on, inside and out, taking care of yourself.
Absolutely. I love that. And where can the people find you? Where can the good people find you if they want to support, they want to shout you out? Give us all of your information and contact info.
Oh, we're so easy. We're literally shop WearTo on everything. Yes. So whether you're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, our website is shopwearto.com. So just type in shop WearTo.
WEAR.
Yeah, so on whatever platform you are, even on Snapchat.
Yeah. Let me do something. Now, do you use Snapchat? Do
I do Snapchat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Snapchat.
Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry. We were talking about. I haven't used mine in some months, so
yeah.
It's
But yeah,
I don't really use Snapchat for anything. Like,
oh, same here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nothing worthwhile.
But I know it may sound confusing. Our business name is WearTo, but our I won't say our domain is Shop WearTo. Mm-hmm. But in regards to our name, we can find us on different platforms. It's Shop WearTo. Mm-hmm.
And then what's the website? Give them the website name again.
Yep. So Shop Wear WEAR and then TO.com.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Yep.
And this has been great. I'm a little upset at y'all because y'all got y'all glasses of champagne. I'm sitting over here trying not to drink on the job, but I clearly see I should have been drinking on the job. So, so the next
we
time
celebrated. It's our anniversary weekend.
So literally, we're celebrating all weekend. Oh, kind of like answering one of your questions, what we have next.
Oh, yeah.
More immediate, this is our anniversary weekend. So I'm so happy that we kick things off with you with this nice interview. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow, we're going to have like a self-care live sale. Yeah, so we're going to get, nitty gritty with the box, and we're going to talk more about it. We're going to show you the items. We're going to answer all your questions. More champagne will be involved, probably. We're gonna have some sales, and then Sunday we're gonna have a sale. Yeah.
Our anniversary.
Yeah, and then all our proceeds from this weekend are gonna donate it to a cause. This weekend is gonna be breast cancer.
Yeah. So the Susan G. Komen, a portion of our proceeds from sales this week gonna go to that foundation. So. Definitely trying to, support a good cause as well. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Definitely appreciate y'all doing that for sure. And then, I see the champagne emojis. Drop some champagne emojis for the anniversary.
You know, I need my glasses, but
And then also throw some ribbons in there for breast cancer awareness for October as well. So this has been amazing. This has really been dope. I appreciate y'all stepping into Black Friday.
I knew we were gonna have a blast.
I know, and I miss you, Denzell.
I miss y'all too.
Real quick, so I'm gonna plug you because I listened to your podcast, and it was the one episode about situationships. When I tell you that podcast took me out because number one, I've been married 7.5 years, so I've been out the gate, so listening to situationship took me out.
I'm just hearing about it.
It was hilarious.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Check out this podcast on Spotify.
Yes.
I know it's on other platforms, but I was listening on Spotify.
No, I appreciate that. I really appreciate you listening, and I do it for fun and to express myself creatively. So I don't expect many people to listen, but I'm glad that you are listening. Mm-hmm. And shout out to Quiet Storm Zell. I do have a new episode that I need to put out, and I've been going forever. So you helping motivate me to hurry up and get that done.
Because they are hilarious.
I can get that to the people. So definitely appreciate that. And I miss y'all too. Definitely miss seeing y'all around the office back in the day when we was all out there in Southfield thugging it out. Mm-hmm. But I know that y'all are doing y'all thing in y'all respective place, and especially with the business now. So I know that both of you will be mad successful with this and whatever you got going on, because that's just in y'all. That's just what y'all got going on ever since I met y'all. So this has been really dope, and I appreciate y'all stepping into Black Fridays, and hopefully we can do this again in some type of platform, some way, shape, or form. Also, shout out to y'all husbands. I had a chance to meet both of them. They are dope, and shout out to them always, supporting y'all and all the things that you all have going on as well. So appreciate y'all coming to Black Fridays. Everybody who's listening, make sure that you go support WearTo. Follow them at Shop WearTo. Go to the website and buy something. Go to the website, get a self-care box, and just keep up with what they got going on, because I think you really would enjoy it. So that's it, y'all. Definitely stay tuned for another Black Fridays next week. Ladies, I will catch up with y'all soon, and I appreciate y'all again.
Denzell. Bye. Thanks
Bye.
for having us.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right.